Hello and welcome to this video about hand massage and nail cutting. Some people find a light tickly touch quite difficult and don't like having their nails cut and really pull away. What we're going to talk about today is how deep pressure massage can help with getting your nails cut. First of all, you need to check the person's hand, make sure there's no cuts or anything like that, and make sure that they've removed their watch. Then you need to think about what you're going to use. So for the massage, when we get to that stage, try not to use any cream like this in a tub where you have to dip your fingers in. That's simply for infection control purposes. You could either use some hand cream that the person has themselves that they like the smell of. It's always useful using their own hand creams because then you know that they don't have any adverse reactions to them. Or use some plain cream in a pump format. So again, you don't have any infection control problems. When you're looking at actually cutting the nails, you could cut them with scissors, you could cut them with nail clippers, or you could use a nail file instead. This one's a glass nail file or a cardboard nail file. Different people prefer different methods of dealing with their nails. It's always best to ask the person themselves if they have a preference. But first of all, we're going to start by soaking the hand. This is some warm water with soap in, and I'm going to ask my model to just soak their hand for 5 minutes. This is an opportunity as well to be able to touch them. The water dampens down the feeling of dislike of the light tickly touch, and the warm water will relax the hand. And when you're touching somebody, remember to use firm pressure but not digging your fingers in. Firm, consistent pressure. There we go. And we're going to leave him to soak his hand for 5 minutes. This also helps to make sure the hand is clean and to soften the nails. If you're not actually going to be cutting somebody's nails afterwards, you don't need to soak the hands, but you might want to clean them anyway. Ask them to wash their hands or wipe their hands with a wet wipe. That can be part of the massage. Okay, so that's been 5 minutes. Could you lift your hand out, please? Here we go, and have a towel. My hand model can dry their own hands, but you can dry their hands for them. Patting firmly is often easier to tolerate than stroking. And don't be tempted, if somebody doesn't like touch, to do it very, very gently, because again, that feeling is very hard to tolerate. It's firm pressure you need to dry their hands. Right, now I've agreed with my model that we're only going to look at one of their nails today, and that is all we're going to do. We're not going to put them under lots of pressure and do all the nails, and if they tolerate it, fine. We're not going to think, oh, that worked well, I'll do another one and carry on. Just do what you agreed to do and cut or file one nail. Right, so I'm going to start with a little bit of the hand cream on my hand. This means that it warms up slightly because it can be quite a shock to get the cold hand cream on your hand. and I'm going to put a little bit on both hands. If there's too much hand cream, then your hands will just slide all over the other person's, and if there's too much, you're not softening the skin. So I'm going to start by taking the person's hand and turning it over and just rubbing a little bit into their palms. Right, and then this is quite firm pressure. You can see how the skin's moving under my thumbs. I am firmly massaging the palm of their hands, and I'm holding quite firmly from the back as well, and moving up into the top of the palm of their hands. Now I'm going to turn over and I'm going to massage the back of their hands. Turn back again. Now I'm going to take each finger and thumb, and I've still got some of the cream on my hand, and just squeeze and gently pull each finger. If you have too much cream on your hands at this point, then your hands will just slide off and it won't provide any of that deep pressure. And again, I'm supporting their hand with mine. I don't want to let go of their hand at all. I want them to always be able to feel that I'm there and this is what's happening. There we go, and the last finger. There we go. And I've still got hold of their hand, and I'm putting a little bit more lotion on my other hand. And what I'm going to do now is massage up their arm. So I'm going to ask them to move their arm in a little bit. And again, there's no cuts or sore, dry patches on this person's arm. So again, in a similar way as to how I was doing it on the palm of the hand, I'm pressing firmly as I move up their arm. There we go. Right, and now I'm going to turn their hand over and leave it on the towel. Now's the time to actually try cutting their fingernail. I'm going to show you all three methods because my model doesn't have tactile problems, so it's not going to bother them. You'd only try one, and you might find that the person really dislikes nail clippers, in which case try something else. So take your nail clippers and hold the finger firmly. You'll note I've not let go of the person's hand. Hold the finger firmly and cut as cleanly as possible. Put the finger down and just press your hand on top of theirs and tell them that it's finished. Or you might want to use your scissors, and the same thing, you wouldn't use both, remember. You just hold firmly and cut neatly round the fingernail. Put the finger down, firm pressure on top, and tell them that you're finished. If you're going to use a nail file, don't start filing like this. It can be quite uncomfortable having the nail pulled up. Use firm strokes in one direction down the nail, and again you'll be able to hear the sound of that. That sound could be quite distressing to people, but the feel might be better than using scissors or nail clippers. It really depends on the individual. And again, after you've filed, you'll put the nail down and put your hand on top of theirs and tell them that you've finished. Now, when somebody's nails are quite short like this, it's going to feel a lot more comfortable to cut or file them than if they've grown very long. You might find that somebody with very long nails can get quite distressed by this. And you might want to start this process by just telling them, today we're going to soak your hands, and do that every day for a week or 2 weeks. Then you say, we're going to soak your hands and then give you a massage, and do that every day for a week or 2 weeks. And then start, say, we're going to soak your hands, we're going to give you a hand massage, and then we are going to cut one nail or file one nail. And make sure that they've soaked their hands for long enough that the nails are soft and easy to cut. And if the person pulls away at any point and shows distress, stop it, try it again a different day. Always go along with how the person's feeling, get them used to it and help them to trust you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye.